everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're diving into a single barrel from a popular online retailer. One of the very few free bottles I get to review just for you. It's an Elijah Craig single barrel from Frootbat.com. So look, full transparency, Frootbat sent me this bottle free of charge. Thank you, Frootbat. In exchange for a review. They didn't say it had to be positive. Okay, so that's full transparency. But you know, Bourbon Bill always tells you the truth. Because look, I may be a YouTuber, but am I getting BTAC? No, I'm getting Elijah Craig 8-year single barrels, okay? So just remember what level YouTuber you're viewing here. We might be the greatest in truth, but we ain't the greatest in free samples, okay? So just putting it out there. Now, thank you, Frootbat, for saying this. Gotta say, though, the sticker's pretty damn cool. Raiders of the Lost Oak. That's pretty funny, you know. When I saw the Indiana Jones theme here with some schmuck, probably from Frootbat marketing department there, his picture, I had to laugh. It was pretty good. Raiders of the Lost Oak's pretty dang cool. You know, they should have sold this at like the next Indiana Jones movie. They should have put Harrison Ford's fucking face on the back. You know? So anyway, pretty cool. So thank you, Frootbat, for saying this. It is an 8-year. You know, that's as young as I've seen the single barrels from Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. They do get older, you know, into the 11s. They don't really go past 11 because, you know, they reserve those older ones for their batch series. But whatever, you know, it is what it is. This one's 124.8 proof. Compute 62.4% alcohol by volume. Took them a while to send this, but this is my, you know, I've had other single barrels from Elijah Craig, but never with a tater sticker. So that's pretty dang cool. I do love the tater sticker on there. Alright, now, all joking aside with the ages and stuff, look, I've had some pretty dang good, like, I've had one of my favorite ever Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs was like a 9-year. And it was called the Coy Hill Killer. And it was an amazing, amazing Jack Daniels-like profile on an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and it was phenomenal. I loved it. So, age isn't everything, but it is a lot of things. $99.99, so $100. That's a tough pill to swallow, although I know a lot of these Elijah Craig Barrel Proof picks are like in the $80 to $90 range, but $100 for, you know, not a hazmat and only an 8-year is a tough pill to swallow. It better taste like liquid damn gold. Alright, on the nose. A very pleasant oakiness, I will say. A lot of that brown sugar caramel. A lot of nice oaky tones in here on this. It's not coming across as extremely nutty. It does smell like one of the better Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batches I've had. It's just very nice. It's got a nice level of oakiness, caramels, that brown sugar note. It's missing the red fruit that's not there, but the oak level is pretty nice for an 8-year. Gotta say, I'm digging the nose. Alright, down the hatch. Well, that's pretty dang good. That's pretty good. It's a decent, easy drinking, 127 proof. It's got a nice blend of flavors. It's oakiness there. There is a little bit of that peanut butter, but it doesn't really stretch to nuttiness. And the brown sugar. This doesn't have a lot of red fruits though. Some of the Elijah Craig batches do. This doesn't. This is more just relies on the oak and caramel and brown sugar type notes in it. And that's what it relies on. And that's fine. I think the oak is well done for an 8-year. It has more oak than I would have expected. I dig it. Bourbon Bill's rating, B+. It's really good. Better than I expected for an 8-year, but the price is too much. I mean, $100. I just, you know, I don't like the price of Frootbat. And maybe the price is different, you know, depending on where you are. That's just, you got to select your state, and that's, Pennsylvania. They probably tax the shit out of it. Maybe it's cheaper elsewhere. I thought, though, I'd compare it to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A124, baby. Okay, so I picked this one for a few things, mainly because the age is a 10-year, 9-month, and it's 119 proof. Compute, 59.5% alcohol by volume. We'll pour it up in the mini here. So I only did this one because the age was lower. The proof's, obviously far lower. This is almost a year old now. I mean, this came out in January of 24. We're headed to January of 25. So it's almost a year old. It's got a lot of air time on her. But it is a year, well, it is like 2.9 years older. So on the nose of the A124, what do we get? Oh, a lot more red fruit notes come out, gotta say. Yeah, a lot more red fruit come out on the A124. The oak's actually dialed back, so even though it's 2.9 years older, there's less oak here on the nose, which we don't love, but the red fruits are nice. Down the hatch of the A124. The A124 is a little bit nuttier, but the oak does come through on the palate. The red fruit's not as much, but there is a nice, rich oak on that, with a little bit of nuttiness on the palate, which is very nice. So, back to the Frootbat. From a drinking experience, I think the Frootbat is better. I honestly do. Even I didn't think that. I didn't go into this thinking the Frootbat was going to be better, but it is. Even with the extra 2-year, 9-month, it doesn't bring enough. Actually, the 8-year has almost better oak in it. So, I guess age isn't everything today, right? We gotta say that, sadly. But the A124 is not far off, and you gotta consider this is $75 hairs and pretty widely available, right? Well, at one time. You can't get this now. So, if you're looking for ease of convenience, you can go to frootbat.com and you could pick up that today as of the filming of this video here in mid-December, but you probably may not be able to find an A124 anymore. But if you did, it'd be cheaper, and it's not that much worse. We're splitting hairs. One final comparison. How about an Elijah Craig single barrel, but it's a toasted. That's right. Go watch my video. I'll link it above. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof has released a toasted barrel proof. Take those two words in combination. In 2024 as picks. Can we just appreciate the color difference here? The toasted's significantly darker. Now, never been a fan of Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, just a 94 proof bourbon. I think it's garbage. Don't like it. But these toasted barrel proofs are pretty good. So this one's from Benash in New Jersey. It's also an 8-year, and it's 127.1 proof. Compute, 63.55% alcohol by volume. So, proofs, 2 points something off, from these two. Price on these is about, $90 to $100 hairs. Let's just say 100. So if you have a Franklin to spend, do you want to hunt out one of the toasteds or just a regular Frootbat tater sticker? Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Let's pour up the toasted in the mini. So color on the toasted, as we said in real life, is a tad darker. Don't know if you can see that. All right, on the nose of the toasted barrel proof from Benash. Oh man, this is all like just some deep toasted flavors here. Marshmallow, a little bit of chocolate. There's like a hint of coffee. Man, the nose is intoxicating. Doesn't smell very oaky though, we will say. The 8-year from Frootbat, far oakier on the nose, we'll say. Alright, the 8-year toasted from Banache down the hatch. Oh. Oh, man. Man, that's good. A lot of the toasted wood flavors there. There's like marshmallow, graham cracker. But it tends to be a lot darker, like dates, raisins, maybe coffee type notes. It's a very dark toasted barrel. I think it's phenomenal. Mouth feels great. Love it. Good flavors throughout. It doesn't carry the amount of older oak notes that you would think, and that especially come in this Frootbat version. Man, that's difficult. I will go with the toasted because it's the toasted barrel proof is a unique experience from Elijah Craig, right? They haven't offered that before. It's new here for late 2024. They'll continue to do it, I'm sure, into 2025. You can, though, however, find just regular Elijah Craig barrel proof single barrels regularly, right? If you have stores that do picks, you can always get the batch versions, and they're just more traditional bourbon. You know, they're just your caramels, some vanillas, oakiness, a little bit of nuttiness. I mean, they're just good aged bourbon, right? And this 8 years is a very good bottle. But for $100 hairs, you know, even the toast is expensive, really, at $100 hairs. But I get it. They're charging, you know, normally $85, $90 for these single barrels, so they charge $100 for the toasted. So I think Frootbat's overcharging a little bit for their pick. But you know, at the end of the day, the toasted ones are kind of unique and a little bit different, and I'm just digging that flavor profile. And if I want the older oak notes, I can go get one of their higher age batch releases for the year at $75 hairs, right? So that's where we are. So thank you, Frootbat, for sending me this to try. It actually is surprisingly good for an 8 year. When I saw the 8, I was like, you know, I like to see 10, 11, but surprisingly pretty good. And I do love this sticker. So maybe the sticker's worth $5, $10 to you. I don't know. Maybe it is. Pretty good. So thank you again, Frootbat. So pick one of those up. They still have them for sale as of the filming of this video. If you're on the hunt for a toasted barrel proof, you know, check out, you know, ask around what stores, you know, around you are getting them. They're just kind of starting to flow out. So, you know, don't overpay. I mean, MSRP is like $99, so don't overpay. You'll get one at that price eventually. And if you're just a value shopper, stick with the batch versions. You know, you're not going to go wrong with that. So if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Have a good evening, everybody.